Good morning. Brother Anthony here, the Broad Street Church of Christ, saying grand risings to my brothers and my sisters. As you know, in 2021, we are doing a series at Broad Street Church of Christ called The Unseen Spiritual Warfare. And we're talking about some things in our warfare that we got to be very cognizant against. Last week, we discussed being around toxic people. How toxic people can move you from the Lord. Today we want to talk about your anger. The Bible tells us in Ephesians chapter 6 and verse number 13, he says, "Wherefore take up unto you the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having all done, to stand." One thing that, if you're like me, the one thing that can sneak up on you is anger. One minute you can be doing the right thing, and the next minute your anger has just consumed you. And I want to try to get some helpful points that help us with our anger. Point number one is allow yourself to feel angry. The Bible actually tells us it's all right to be angry. In fact, the Bible says like this: be angry, but sin not. You may think that you need to cover up negative feelings with positive feelings, but you don't. You're entitled to feel whatever you need to feel. However, you don't have the right to allow your feelings to move you into the area of sin. I mean, you could be angry that somebody hurt you. You could be angry that somebody talked about you. You could be angry that somebody mistreated you or tried to assassinate your character. It's all right to be angry. But the Bible says, be angry and sin not. And number two, how can you handle your anger? And that you need to make a conscious choice to sit with the feeling of anger. What do you mean, preacher? Oftentimes when I'm angry, I feel the need to act on it. But later, I wish I would have waited. Now, does that sound like you? And that your anger makes you just lash out. Make you lash out at somebody that you love. Make you lash at a co-worker, a church member, a family member. You know, somebody that you generally talk to with the right attitude. Next thing you know, you find yourself being very, very angry and upset with that person. And you begin to lash out. But the Bible says, you know, you can be angry, but sin not. The Bible also tells us that the devil wants to take you out of character with your anger. He makes you want to cross that line and sin. Decide that you're not going to do anything while you're angry until you actually settle down in your anger. Number three, sometimes if you're like me, you can feel the anger in your body. What are you saying, Brother Anthony? Sometimes anger makes your neck tense up. It causes your chest to burn. Your throat begin to tighten. Your legs twitch. You got all these different sensations in your body that you ordinarily would not feel, except for your anger is consuming you. Your anger can be the cause of your stress level rising. Your anger could be the cause of stroke and heart attack. Your anger could do more damage to your healthy body. Because what it does, it makes your body operate against itself. So you got to learn how to calm down. You got to know how to inhale and exhale. You got to learn how to let some stuff go. And number four, you got to find a way to relax and release the anger. You see, you can get yourself all revved up, stewing in righteousness and mentally rehearsing all the ways you were wrong. In other words, you sit there and you begin to think, that person did me like this person did me like that, this. All this stuff happened, and the more you think about that stuff happening, the more stewed up you get. You know, in the end, you're the only one that's responsible for your mental status when it comes to your anger. Number 5, committing to act without seeking retribution. What do you mean by that? Decide that you're not looking to get even or to regain your sense of power by acting out with your anger. Let it go. That's a simple way to put it. You're looking to address the situation. And you need to communicate your thoughts about what happened clearly. And you need to be able to do that without retribution or trying to get back. You're simply releasing the negative energy from you. Remember, part of our Christian warfare is that we got to be able to stand up against the wiles of the devil. And the devil wants you to feel anger. He wants you to retaliate. He wants retribution. He wants you to get down in your anger. But this is what you need to do. You want to explore your anger. What do you mean by exploring your anger? Were you already having a bad day? Were you already feeling annoyed and irritated before the incident happened? Could it be that somebody's actions were the straw that broke the camel's back and you just blew up? But not fully responsible for creating the feelings. In other words, ask yourself, why is this bothering me so much? Why am I letting this get next to me? So why can't I just let it go? Is it really what somebody else did? Or are you feeling angry because of what you interpreted their actions to mean? For example, you may be thinking that a loved one not showing up means that he or she doesn't care about you, even if they have a valid explanation. You know what life means? Life means stuff happens. And sometimes stuff will happen that you're not going to agree with. But that doesn't mean you have to blow a head gasket or lose it. Because life went silent on you. You need to learn how to respond without anger. What do you mean? Maybe the feelings that you have, maybe you need to write it down, put it in a letter, and send it to them. Now that you're clear about the role that you played in your anger, initiate some type of conversation about what bothered you. You could also send, that letter that you wrote in a text form, email address, or simply once you calm down, speak with good common sense. Instead of saying you didn't show up, or you don't care, or you can get away from me, I wish you were dead, I wish something would happen to you. Instead of using language like that, just be truthful. What you said hurt me. What you did offended me. But my love for you and my love for God, it causes me to treat you in a manner far greater than what you've done to me. We got to learn from our anger. The story is told of a flower. Old lady was mending her flower bed. And her grandson came to her and he said, Grandma, why are all these flowers around me? This flower is beautiful. But this flower right here is dying. Now we all know that some flowers can grow up, but they have to be pruned because they have dead parts to the flower. But not this particular flower. This flower was dead. And so Grandma took time out to explain to her grandson. She said, son, this flower is dead because it's in the wrong environment. It's in an environment that it does not belong. There's nothing wrong with the flower, even though it's dead. The environment is not conducive for the flower to grow. Grandson thought for a minute and said, what does that mean? And she said, in order for you to be a beautiful flower and grow healthy and strong, you need to be planted in the right environment. Hello, somebody missing this shout right now. The reason you let your anger bother you so much is because you allow yourself to go back to the environment which God took you away from. You see, the environment that you was in, it led to death. But being in the environment of Jesus the Christ, it leads to life. And so once you are in the wrong environment, if you are a bad person that belongs to the devil and you come to church, you're not going to grow. Coming to worship, it's not going to make you better. Being in Bible class is not going to make you better. Being a child of God to where the Bible can actually penetrate your soul and your spirit, it'll help you grow. And what can help a child of God with his anger? As he remembers passages in the Bible, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. He can remember passages in the Bible. Be angry, but sin not. And I ask you today, which environment are you allowing yourself to grow in? The environment of the devil, where he tells you to take retribution, get revenge for somebody making you mad. Or in the environment of God, where he says, forgive, and it shall be forgiven unto you. This is Brother Anthony, Broad Street Church of Christ. Said we love you, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it.